Hey, what's up? Welcome to another of our data magic series where we're helping you turn data into dollars for small businesses. So if you are a consultant, agency, or small business owner, you're in the right spot. I'm Lane Booth, dashboard designer, here with fellow dashboard designer, Drea on our team. And we're going to talk to you today about 3 weird Shopify metrics that you can't see easily that are buried within the vast Shopify metrics, but how to make those super visible and really create your next level advantage when you can see this happening day in and day out in your business instead. So if you are working with clients that are utilizing Shopify, you're going to want to tune in today because we're going to talk about some weird metrics that you might not be using already. So Andrea, with that, first of all, let's talk about tags and like how they're awesome, but unusable at times. So I know you've got some beef when it comes to tags. So tell us a little bit more about what your experience has been with Shopify tags so far.
Yeah, so maybe you guys know an add-on report to synthesize tags, but we have yet to find that. So we have found ourselves exporting the data and then going in through Google Sheets and doing a bunch of formulas and a bunch of cleanup to really get things synthesized by individual tags. So we have found a great dashboard hack on this. So what we've done with our dashboards is we've let the back end of the dashboard actually clean up that data for us. So I basically tell the dashboard to like, if it says this, code it as this. And so then every time we import the data, the dashboard does that for me on the fly. So now I can get charts, reports, rankings, pie charts, you name it, on individual tags. I can filter on those tags and so forth.
Yeah, so we're going to talk a little bit more about what some of those specific tag items are that have been so wildly helpful. So, in this example, we are drawing on our experience with a seven-figure boutique business that has been generating revenue from in-store as well as online, but with Shopify being her main point of sale. And so that's where a lot of the data is already housed, but underutilized in the past. So one of the top metrics that we started looking at was what we call non-sale versus sale items. So Dre, how about you talk about like why this was so important in crafting this particular dashboard item?
Yeah, so with her business being a clothing boutique very much run off of what is new, what is in style, what is fresh product. And there's a tremendous amount of inventory purchased to land at certain points of the year to be at the beginning of a season and to ensure they're selling out ahead of the beginning of the next season. So understanding what was sold at full price versus at sale price helps feed information future of how much to spend on future purchases.
Absolutely.
The
So,
other way, if we were only to look at gross profit, we would be missing what specific product types, items, and so forth were actually sold at full price.
absolutely. And we're skipping over profit today because hopefully that is already super important for product businesses. That's why we want to give you kind of that next drill down here, because that's exactly one of the first metrics that we did review with her was, hey, what does your profitability look like? What does your profit margin look like? And maybe does that even look like by season? So whether it's spring, summer, fall, holiday, then hey, now let's drill down a little bit deeper into, even though you had great holiday sales, was it because you were selling off like all of your fall
Yeah.
stuff? You're just having fire sales.
That is
So
a great point, Lane. I'm going to just add in here is that, her business was flat year over year, but when we broke out, what does it look like sale versus non-sale? The non-sale items were decaying year over year. The trend was down, whereas her revenue was holding flat because of the sale items.
mm-hmm. So yeah, if you find yourself in this situation or you find like your clients are ending up in this situation, you want to start figuring out, hey, how can we start turning this around? We want to get higher profit margins on more non-sale items so that the business owner can get more bang for their buck, so that when they go, shopping for next season, they have enough profit from the last season to reinvest into the business and bring in those new fresh goods for their customers as well. So great one there on sale versus non-sale. The other weird weird Shopify metric we wanted to talk to you about was what do we call it? It's like level 2 product types, maybe like.
Yeah, Shopify, if you're a Shopify user or recipient of the data, you know that Shopify has really good fields for your clients or your own business to segment the product types. And so being able to then take that to the next level gives us just that much more insight. So I'll give you an example for our clothing boutique. Let's say sweaters. So we have a product type sweaters. We can very easily in Shopify see the metrics behind that. But using the tags, we can now dig into what's going on with turtlenecks versus V-necks versus casual sweaters versus cashmere sweaters, right? And so really digging deeper into what types of sweaters are the consumers purchasing.
Exactly. That became so helpful too, because if you have someone that's going out shopping for their store and you're like, hey, you need to buy this many sweaters for next season, they're like, okay, great, but like, do I need to get more of the fancy sweaters or do I need to get the more casual ones? Is everyone wanting wool versus cashmere? Is everyone are more of our unique designs selling out? Do I need more basics? So being able to really articulate, that was another one as kind of the product types as well, as was this a core item or a non-core item, in being able to identify what should she go shop for for the next incoming season. And guys, like this, why this becomes so stinking important is because you're having to make purchases 6 to 9 months in advance before they actually land in your store. So getting this right well ahead of time makes the business owner much more confident in what to buy, how much to buy, and they're getting a lot more of those exciting products because they know that they can sell, because they have history on how those sell well in the past versus just filling their store with a bunch of core stuff that they could probably get other places. Like if you want to stand out as the boutique for what you do, then getting really good at your level 2 product types is a complete game changer. And that's what allowed her to grow much more rapidly over the last few years. Drea, anything else to add on to that before we unveil our third metric?
Now I'm ready for number 3.
All right, awesome. So our third and final weird metric for Shopify right now is the ratio. The ratio, tops to bottoms. So if you were to look in your closet right now, you would most likely find that you have a few more tops than you do bottoms. And so this isn't necessarily something that is, at the top of Shopify's categorical reporting for you. So let's talk about how you can really utilize this ratio, or how product businesses are utilizing the ratio to make better purchase decisions going forward and to increase their sales. Drea?
Yeah, so we just talked about going deeper into the product. Now we're actually leveling up on the product, right? We're getting more of the 30,000 foot level. So your tops are your shirts, your blouses, your sweaters, and your just tops like I'm wearing here, and your bottoms were going to be your jeans, your pants, your skirts. And so understanding what is selling, so how many tops per bottoms are selling, and then that helps inform purchases. So we've just talked about how we're going to use the sales, the sale versus non-sale, the individual product types and their detail around informing purchase decisions. But then we're going to zoom out and we're going to say, well, now that we've put all those pieces together, are we actually buying tops to bottoms at the ratio that we expect them to sell? So it is another cross check to have the right amount of inventory on hand for the upcoming seasons.
Absolutely. So this becomes something that really just takes the buying decisions that your consumers are about to make and going like pre-thinking about them so that you are bringing the right ratio of product in, versus somebody else out there that's not looking this intently at their sales. And sometimes too, I'll just give a pro tip here. The sneaky aspect of this is sometimes when you haven't been doing the ratio planning, it's going to look like, oh, everyone buys one top and one bottom, but that's because that's all you had in the store. So being able to, think about this in a different way of, well, what is, most likely to happen when I am fully fully providing the range of goods that my ideal customers would like to purchase. This is going to take your sales up a notch because not everybody else out there is doing this. So, pro tip for you guys out there. Otherwise, the data that is historical is technically inaccurate, and then you're making more inaccurate choices going forward. Does that make sense? All right, guys. So when you have these metrics in place, it's one thing to throw them on a spreadsheet. It's another to make them visual and automated. And while I know, Shopify and other platforms out there are working to make some dashboards for you guys accessible, you can't always get to the same level of information that we've got here. So that's why being able to pull things into an actual automated dashboard, like one here, just as an example, to be able to pull in maybe your advertising, your marketing spend going to the store, whether in person or to your online store, being able to see what kind of goods sold, being able to see what your ratios are, being able to let the dashboard do the work can make a huge difference so that you have the data you need at your fingertips. And to Drea's point as well, like, make the dashboard do the work for you. So if you've got lots of tags that you would love to have line of sight to and have visibility to, being able to utilize a dashboard to bring that information together is a game changer. Drea, anything else to add on that?
Nope, you did a perfect job.
Very awesome. Well, guys, if you would like to see a live demo, be sure to go over and check out our live demo on our page over at lanebooth.com, LAYNEBOOTH.com, or feel free to send me a message here and just type demo, and I'll send that over to you directly. So until then, let's turn more data into dollars. I'll see you next time for more data magic. Bye.